Welcome into Sorare in the States. Football, the MLS hype continues. Transfer silly season is in full effect. It feels like every day, just news keeps coming out, and poor Sorare Deke has a lot of work for all of you D-Gens to read. Make sure you're reading that every morning while you're on the toilet doing your thing, as we all are. And hey, we're going to look at some transfers that are on the way that have in-season cards already. I don't know, maybe a little sneaky pickup here and there that can get you going to rack up some cash for those super expensive in-season MLS cards that'll be. Alex is excited. We have a signing. Hello. Thomas, the Chris Henderson disciple, is probably more hyped than anyone, but he's doing such a great job of hiding it. And Zach, the ZM star, the soccer guru himself, just bringing up the next generation of powerful female athletes. Dude, we're here to have a great time. How are we, Zach? How are we? Let's start with you. How are you doing today?
So yeah, a tournament this weekend, and we got smoked in the first game 6-0. It was like the kids were just scared of like being in a real tournament because there was like 800 teams in this thing. So we got smoked, but second game of the day came back with a win. On Sunday, we won our next one, and then we were in the championship Monday playing that first team because they smoked everybody in our group. They put 3 quick ones in like within like 10 minutes, and I was like, oh no, here we go. We're gonna get crushed again. But we came back with 2, and then just couldn't close it out. We had momentum, but halftime, and then we just couldn't turn it back on. So we ended up with second place, which was not bad for our first real tournament. But it's cold in Florida, man. Cold in Florida. It was like 50 degrees and windy.
Hey, they're getting snow in Pensacola.
Yeah,
I know. I saw it.
They're closing schools. They're closing roads, man. Florida doesn't know how to act. Get those snow shovels that no one has in stock. Let's go. Thomas, how are things down in Atlanta? Are you getting hype? Is Miggy in town already?
He's not yet. He was. It's sort of every day is the rumor is Miggy is close. Miggy signing is really close. Miggy signing is really, really, really close. So eventually we're just going to run out of, reallys, I suppose. But my hope is so we'll actually be going to Chattanooga this weekend to watch the first preseason match of Atlanta United, beginning the Ronnie Dela era. And my fingers are crossed that Miggy Almiron will be present for this. I would not expect him to just immediately go in and play friendly, but perhaps be on the sideline. Tickets are pretty cheap. I was able to scoop up some seats in the middle that were maybe towards 3 rows back. I don't think they were selling there for the first rows, but who knows? Maybe I'll see them. Maybe I'll get a picture, get them to sign some old Atlanta merch, and we'll see a couple of the other signings hopefully. And then we got one more to get over the line with Latte Life, but he played today. I think he played all 90 minutes in the Middlesbrough win. So it's fun. It's exciting. Everyone's excited. There was sort of everyone was waiting for news. We all knew it was coming, right? But Atlanta's so impatient, especially some of the faithful. They're very impatient in the subreddit. But now we were just waiting for the actual announcement to finally see the take formation and for Miggy to come home.
Miggy's coming home. And Alex, a signing? What? SKC? No way. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we got a Bogart bomb today. Like finding out that we're close to signing someone. So that's it's the best news we've had.
Are you sure it's not Tom Booger instead of Bogart?
No, it's verified Bogart. No, some of the Tom Booger tweets have been really funny though. There's
y'all better pay attention to those handles because we're out here getting swindled by Tom Booger over here.
No, but yeah, and then cold in Florida is 50 degrees for context. I had to walk to class and feels like -18 today.
I'll let you know it was 40 degrees today. Okay, so it was a little chilly, just saying, and rainy. Okay.
Yeah,
I was pretending it was snow all day. But shout out to Miguel Flores in here. Can't wait for MLS comps. Mike Baston, howdy. Red or Dead in the chat, and Hoodwink back again. Good evening on Lucho and Cucho Day. Exactly, it is Cucho Day for me.
Hey, man, I thought Orlando also potentially has a signing in the works right now.
We do potentially have, yes, the Croatian, the Facundo replacement, a nice little right winger. It's not Evander. which no Evander, no party, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. But as always, Alex has wonderful lists for us. Alex is going to pull up some lists. We have some transfers that are already here, have some in-season cards. So we're going to take a look at them. We're going to go around. We're going to ask anybody if they believe, if they're truthers, if they're thinking about picking one up, or you think they're going to be busts, and we'll wait another year. So Alex, do you have that list? Let's get us started with that list. Let's start going through the players and then see who's going to degen into a little something today. I know Red or Dead's in here, so
who already has degen
or already has degen. You know, we've all been scooping some things up.
Oh, we've already laughed, Mike. We've already laughed. It's
and as we're pulling up the lists, we could all laugh at SKC losing to a college side in preseason.
What was the college team again? I don't remember.
It was Florida International, FIU.
Are they even a good college team?
I think they're a decent college team. I don't know why we're trying to come up with an excuse. But
they are
a record from last year because
do you think it's
you
worse?
Have to pull up the receipts.
Do you think it's worse that SKC lost to FIU, or that Everton that got rinsed by Minnesota United?
That was pretty bad.
Which one do you think is worse?
I think Everton. I think Everton is.
I think SKC losing to a team that doesn't even pay their players.
I would say that if they didn't cut half their team, I would probably agree with that. But like they've done nothing and they cut half the team, so I'll give them a pass for right now.
Yeah, they I don't know. They had a draft pick that went to Miami. He played in that game that they beat Club America.
Yeah, I don't consider that beating them, but that was a good game for Miami to come out and just look a little sharp to begin the season, preseason.
Just a little bit.
They lost in their conference championship this year. That was it. More conference championships than we've been to this year, so that's fair.
Hey, but at least you're in CONCACAF Champions League, okay?
True. We go from FIU to Inter Miami in the freezing temps.
What a step!
Real quick.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to these players. It's a shorter watch list, but it is a watch list. So yeah. Also, I'm back in the new setup that I debuted last year. If you haven't noticed. But yeah. So
we'll start Alejandro has to go back to school.
I know, so sad. But yeah. So we start off Mamadou Fofana. He's got $6 in seasons, $3 floor. I believe, is it New York Red Bulls he's headed to? I would have to look. If someone can double check that. But yeah, defender,
I
$6.
remember this signing.
Right? I'm saying you dug deep on this one.
I think I don't actually remember this signing at all. He has in-season cards. There's like multiple Mamadou Fofanas though. That's probably
why is Bellingham pulled? Okay.
Oh, is he going to the Revs?
It might be the Revs. Yeah, it is. Look, yeah, right here. So yeah, headed to the Revs. Pretty good scores, I would say, and you can get him for $3 in season. Not bad. Next we got Allende headed to Miami. Only has in-season cards right now.
I do own one, and it's still in the wrapper.
Nice, that's cool. And then there's Rare for $23. That's okay, but yeah, for this price, I think is pretty good for in season that you can use through basically Leagues Cup. But yeah, I mean, Zach, feelings about him? Anything?
When I picked him up on just the news, I felt better that he was going to probably be a starter. Now I'm not so sure.
Well, because he
I don't know, man.
With Robert Taylor, wouldn't he?
Yeah, and I thought Taylor would be on his way out by now, but now I'm not sure until they get clarity on the DP situation, and that if Alba is in fact the DP on his extension, that'll kind of open some clarity as to what moves they have left to make. But I don't know. He could definitely start. So I would just say, and I mean, I got one for $6 back when I heard the news. So now that he's up to 30, he's not worth that price or whatever it was.
So are you getting
29.
off of him if you're not sure that he's going to start? Or are you going to ride it out?
No, I'll write it out. I mean, Miami has injury problems plus a lot of rotation during the year, so
they're going to play a lot of games. So
yeah.
especially if they're going to make a deep run into CONCACAF Champions Cup, whatever it's called now, that will be crucial. But I would say I don't know. He's not on the top of my list just because I don't know when he's going to play exactly.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. So I actually was like, oh, if Balthazar comes, then he's definitely going to probably be starting over Alande. But now, who knows? I mean, Fafa could be starting. Who knows what they're going to do?
That's true. Fafa loves the MLS, boy.
Oh yeah. Then we got a sad one. This guy is subject to having to be shipped off to St. Louis. $6. Timo Baumgartel, center back. He was at Schalke.
They picked up a couple of guys from Schalke, right? Isn't there center back from Schalke? The other center back they have from Schalke?
Might be. I'd have to look.
They just love Bundesliga, but like just in general, like they are.
Is there a
I
name
think the sporting director is German, and I think he's worked in Bundesliga.
Yeah, they bring in a bunch
Giannis
of
Horn,
guys.
I think, is the other one.
Yeah,
Is it Horn?
Yeah, Giannis Horn. No, he's from
He was at Nuremberg. He has in-season cards, but they're not available right now.
Oh, there you go. So it's either that or Henry Kessler. So
Henry Kessler is high value on transfer market. So I don't know.
How do
maybe
we
they
feel
see
about
something
Berkey? I don't think we've had a conversation about Berkey at all this offseason.
I think I just don't know how this new coach plays. Like, so Carnell was Red Bull's system, and this coach, he's Norwegian. Is he Norwegian?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
I think yeah, the new one. So I just don't know anything about him. I don't know his style, his preferred tactics. Yeah, it's hard to say. I need to see probably a couple of games. I have my rare Hartel that I picked up very early, or I guess at the end of the year last year, right? I'll cling to that. But yeah, I'm on the fence. This center back,
the
ceiling seems capped.
We're usually very confident telling you guys to spend all your money immediately.
See, because
we're taking a different approach tonight.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing, right? Because like these, like we're looking at these, but we never know how players are going to arrive in MLS. They're either going to hit the ground running like Peck, or they're going to take a year or two, or just not work out at all. So it's one of those things where like we're going to have these conversations. Hey, they're coming in, but as preseason is starting, this is the very early on. Okay, this is the very first looks. We're not even going to start team previews for like another week or two, because it is still a little bit too early. But hey, we decided to have the conversation because apparently some people are really holding out for in-season. They think Classic's dead. Nobody wants Classic cards. They all want in-season. So why not get a head start on some of the in-season cards that already exist? And I do want to shout out Patters for coming in the chat. Yo, and yeah, MLS transfers do usually take a year. Shout out to David Goss, second-year theorem. Maybe we'll get him on here to talk about it. Wink, wink. Maybe.
It's also because the transfers, once they happen, you still have to wait 2 months for the green card or whatever, the visa to pass.
For them to get match fit, they could be like Muriel and just show up looking like they had a good time in Italy. Just saying, just saying. But all right, what do we got, Alex? What do we got?
Next up, we got Zonka coming in from Anderlecht over to LA Galaxy, new center back. They also did just re-sign Yoshida.
Yes,
so one would assume that this would be their pairing. For $4 limited, doesn't seem like a horrible deal. Get some good scores.
I thought the other center back they had is on the roster for 2025. The one that had like
Carlos
really
Garces?
Yeah. I think it's just a transfer market thing, but when you look at the end of season roster decisions for LA Galaxy, they specifically list him as on the roster for 2025. But
yeah, maybe this will be a rotational piece more.
So I think I would assume maybe he starts over Yoshida or maybe it is rotation. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean they're both old.
think they brought him in for
Yeah.
like 650K, something around there.
They're not
So
that old.
800K,
Yeah.
something like that. So it wasn't huge money, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, and then we got probably one of the bigger signings when it comes to Sorare, just based on his past scores, and that was Edvard Tagseth. He was at, let's see what the club was, Rosenborg. That's right. So Rosenborg before this got some good scores before leaving, and he has both in season limited and season rare. Pretty decent price, I would say, for his scores, and their midfield's looking really good. They brought in Brugman. They got Hani there, obviously. It's going to be fun to watch this year, and I think that this for what was it, $6 limited? That's not too bad.
Yeah, his rare's a little too expensive, like for being someone that you don't really know what you're gonna get. But we've said it before too. We're pretty high on, or at least I'm pretty high on Nashville coming in. I'd rather just get a Hani, to be honest. But
Well, so hold on. His cards won't be in season for very long.
Oh, that's true. They are coming back. They're about to come back.
Because they'll come back about the same time MLS starts. So I would say he was not someone I would focus. You might get like a month.
right, that's fair.
Yeah,
Good call.
So you're paying
Good-
$2 premium for a month's usage.
Yeah.
If that's what you're into, then go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's probably like that's why it's such a small margin, right? And I think too, most people are, I would assume, picking him up from U23 as well. So
It's and there's not a lot of U23 options. So if he does kind of hit the ground running, could be a sneaky little play in the summer for sure. I do kind of want to address the chat though, because the LA Galaxy talk is mighty today. With Mike Basson thinking that, hey, Galaxy may be playing 3 at the back. Maybe that kind of helps them kind of work out that defense that was very leaky last year. John McCarthy is still there, mind you. So that's a thing. But the question
But
is,
they just signed their fourth keeper. Did they sign another one? Know. Yeah.
So I'm biased, obviously, because I have a John McCarthy rare, but I think he gets way more criticism than he deserves. I think he's in his. I would put him in that same role as Stuver, where the defense was just so leaky that when you look at some of his advantage, I like the post shot expected goal stats, like he's kind of up there a little bit. I forget what the Galaxy are for that, but he saves a lot of shots. I mean, I think he actually has probably the most saves out of all of MLS, which tells you how leaky that defense is.
And I also agree with you on McCarthy. I actually think he does get a little more flack than probably what's reflective in his skill set, for sure.
Yeah. And so, there we go. Brain farted real quick. But I think that if you could get a really solid back line, I like this idea of the 3 at the back, then McCarthy could jump to all of a sudden one of the better goalkeepers. I think the only real criticism I would give, and he got better over the season, was he wasn't physical enough in the box on sets. There were multiple games where he basically just got pushed out by the center forward. That just can't happen.
Yeah, I don't know. My fear with them going 3 in the back is if you have Yoshida and Zanka back there, 2 old dudes, and a 3 in the back with Garces, like they're going to get exposed by a lot of the high flying attacks.
Already getting exposed.
And it's 2 of them. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they're going to get caught in an island so many times unless they are literally locked in, and like that's a little bit more scary. But you know. We'll see. But no, the LA Galaxy without Puig is definitely. I think they could survive. Obviously, they're not going to put 5-6 goals on teams maybe as frequently as they did last year without Puig. But I think as far as the attack is fine. I think we all really just wanted to see their defense get a little bit better. And maybe Zonka's the move. Maybe not. Shout out to Trent Sorare in the chat though. Well, welcome in.
I see your posts, Trent. Yeah.
Yeah, we be seeing you on the Twitterverse, you know what I'm saying? We be seeing you out there. No, the LA Galaxy should be fine. Okay, actually, while we're here, because we haven't brought this up at all, and we're kind of doing this in-season thing, year 2 thing. How do we feel about Marco Royce, who got here last year, kind of did some things, kind of looked a little silky for in his 10 minutes a game. How do we see him going forward this year? Does anyone have any expectations that we'll see a little bit more Marco Royce, maybe a little sneaky good scores?
I think so. I think he'll be dependent on more because Puig is out. And now Delgado's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, and Delgado's gone. R.I.P.
Can he stay on the field? I think that's the biggest question mark. I think we believe he can impact the game, but can he stay on the field? Is
right.
The question.
Yeah. I don't know, because I was looking like his rare's what, like $15 maybe? Like it's not much. Those aren't terrible scores.
Pretty good. That's pretty good to still be around $15 after the boom when they announced the MLS comp.
Like I said, this is the first time I think we've mentioned Marco Royce in all the MLS shows we've done in the last month. I was just kind of looking at the market and I was like, oh yeah, Marco Royce is here.
Okay, to be fair though, he was on the best team last year. And he wasn't even needed, between Peckett and Puig, he doesn't even need to be there last year.
Yeah, he really could have just played golf like Gareth Bale did.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So I mean, he'll have to show up this year though, at least for a little while.
Oh, Peck. Good old Peck.
Yeah.
What a monster Peck was last year. It's still unbelievable at times to go back and look at what the dude was doing.
Wow. That is, you love to see
insane.
It.
Yeah.
Do we think he can do it again?
100%. Until summer when he leaves.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. Again, he's probably not getting the same kind of service Puig takes it from his own box to the next box and plays those balls. But, I still expect pretty close to the same output.
10% chance I think he stays past summer, though.
Really?
I think teams all over Europe are going to be looking at him.
Oh, yeah. And this should be the highest transfer. He should be record-setting. New stratosphere for MLS, I think.
Yeah. Or Botafogo is just going to pick him up. And then he just goes to Leon.
Philly Dilly doesn't think it happens without Puig. Yeah, I don't know, man. Without Puig putting in those balls into space, just having Peck just terrorizing backlines, it's a little harder. But hey, Marco Royce, he has those sex balls in him too. Ducky, what is up? And what's left in the midfield in LA now that Delgado's gone? Oh, Sean Davis. Yikes.
Well, they have there was confusion around who was actually getting this player, but didn't they get a player from South America, a new midfielder, or that's close to being over the finish line?
Not that I know.
He's supposed to be pretty good. I'll have to look him up. They have at least, I'm fairly certain they have one pretty big signing for their midfield. He's not going to be DP level or anything, of course, but he is, I think, there to help cement that midfield more. And then, Rose, and then, I don't know after that.
Sean Davis.
Sean Davis.
Dude, the Sean Davis signing is equivalent to when Nashville signed Drew Yearwood. What are you doing? This is not the direction you want to be going in, but hey.
I don't know, man. Sean Davis is going to make us all suck it.
Yeah. So Lucas Sanabria.
Lucas Sanabria. Oh, the Sanabria or something. Oh, Thomas didn't come back this time. Oh, that's not good.
No.
Oh, maybe the snow finally got him.
Yeah.
Up in Atlanta. Uh-oh. All right. Well, yeah, I think
here he is. Yeah, I found him.
Because I think Orlando City was in it for him too. That's the only reason. Oh, and me and all my homies hate Nacional because it looks like Nacional is going to pick up Cesar Araujo.
That's a good thing, though, right? Don't you want him gone so you can sign whoever? No. Or was that who do you need gone then? It
was Ojeda going to Estudiantes. Put us in for Evander, but it looks like Estudiantes picked up someone else. Yeah, Farias. They're looking. Yeah, once again, Miami is gonna ruin my life because they're gonna pick up Farias instead of Ojeda, and then Evander's not coming to Orlando. God, I hate Miami. All my homies hate Messi.
Yeah, I think that Estudiantes only have one card minted in their whole team, so that would make it 2 when he goes.
Maybe.
Yep.
Oh, Thomas is back. Hi, Thomas.
Hey,
Hi,
when
hello.
transfer mark always messes up my computer when I'm streaming. So it's Sanabria. Lucas Sanabria is the one that I was looking at. So he's supposed to be pretty big. He would be their defensive. He played the defensive side.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh,
There you
shout
go.
out to Paulo. Do you have his boy Jeppe Tripskov on your watch list? I don't even know who that is.
How do you spell it?
It's on the screen. GEPPETVERSKOV for all the podcast listeners, obviously.
Yeah, I can't see both screens. I
forgot about that.
It's
Yeah,
great.
you're right,
His
you're
great scores.
Yes,
His
it's
great.
over.
I never even heard of him on the rumor mill.
Yeah, I didn't either. I don't know. Paulo, do you know
Yeah,
something
he
that we
is.
don't know? Are you
He's
on the
not on the
are you on
watch
the
list.
inside?
Oh yeah, here we go. Wait, no, that's from like a year ago. What?
$10.
Dang.
He has
He's like,
19
oh.
cards.
Yeah, I have no
Hey,
idea.
that'll be something to keep an eye out on, though. Interesting.
All the cards
I
are
keep
sealed.
seeing
Oh, it's time for San Diego.
San Diego.
Oh, is that the winger?
No, he's a
Is that-
central.
No,
mid.
but I thought that was Anders.
Yeah, Anders Dreyer.
And Dreyer. Yeah.
I have
This
him
is
on. I have
someone
Dryer on here.
entirely
We'll go
different.
over
Yeah. Dreyer just came into.
I think they got the wrong. I think they what they're saying is they're represented by the same agency and they got the wrong person. So I think there's confusion on the Twitter rumorverse.
It's like MLS releasing the Atlanta news that didn't happen. Yikes!
They ruined the transfer. No, it was going to happen, and then they ruined it.
Right. He got
That's my
spooked. He was like, "Oh
tinfoil
no."
hat.
Yo, Diogo chiming in though, but we're talking to the Galaxy and the lack of midfield players. Exactly. No, you don't want to rely on Sean Davis. They also thinks that Vanny will go with the back three: Yoshida, Zanka, and Garces. Yeah, I mean, yeah. When you look at the depth chart and you're like, "Ooh, yeah, about that midfield, especially without Delgado." We're big Delgado stands on this show, so you know, it is what it is.
So yeah, it'd be Audi and Yamane probably.
Yeah, Aude and
That makes
Yamane.
more sense.
Or John Nelson. Don't be sleeping on my boy John Nelson. He had a
John Nellis?
Rest in peace. Oh, rest in peace, John Nellis. Just kidding. He's doing great things. We're here talking about MLS. Anyway, Alex, let's move on. We got a bunch of other names in the chat that I'm sure we'll get to.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Miguel. We will talk Charlotte.
Do you
We will
recognize
definitely
this
talk
line of prices?
Woo! D-Gen City, baby.
That's
Mm.
right.
that-
Chicago Fire, new signing, Jonathan Bamba.
Bamba.
Headed over there, announced, I believe, yesterday.
No, they announced
was
it
it
today?
today? I know they dropped his highlights today,
Yeah.
like for the fans.
Yeah, I think they.
It's
today.
official today, right?
Yeah.
So I really like what the Chicago Fire are doing. I also liked what they were doing last year. I did my write-up on them yesterday, and this is a very good attack. The only issue is I think they have a very difficult start, probably the second hardest next to Montreal.
What do you mean?
They like
Yeah, is it?
they're on the road like 5 games, 5 out of the 7 first games.
Yeah, 5 out of 7. I thought it was 6 or 7, but I think that's Montreal. Is 6 or 7?
Yeah, Montreal is the only one that's worse.
And Vancouver,
So,
probably, like always.
Hey, I actually picked up his rare yesterday.
Guti?
Yeah,
Yes.
So I think
But
the way I see this is Bamba and the other winger they picked up on on the wings. They got Cuppers up top, and then if they're playing like Greg's 4-3-3, then I see maybe Guti moving into more of the offensive-minded central mid role, and that just I'm trying to put together a good rare U23 team. I don't expect them to just knock it out of the park week in, week out.
Yeah.
But that's enticing.
Yeah.
This is a team I think will be they gotta be better. Like I don't see how they cannot be better than they were last season.
No, yeah. And we
yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we brought up Gutierrez before, and on bad teams he still showed out okay. And Chicago's all of a sudden putting really nice pieces around him, where it's like, oh, if we thought he was gonna break out before, like now is the time.
Who's the other winger they got? Is it the one?
Yes, Diogo brings it up. Zinkernagel.
Yeah, Zinkernagel.
I want one just for his name.
It's a heck of a name. Yeah, like this could be a good team. They really could. I mean, they got Jack Kelly at the line now. It's got Kellen Acosta.
Andrew Gutman will be back from injury, I think.
Goatman will be back. I think that was the other issue with Chicago is they had a lot of long-term injuries last season. That obviously didn't help. But yeah, I think they're flying under the radar other than Bamba. Everyone's going crazy for him. But maybe you can go for the cheaper version. Yeah. He's at Bruges right now. Yeah, he's in season. Oh, he's $9. I don't know if that's cheaper, but
who is it?
I don't know if I would maybe wait and see with Chicago because just Zinkernagel. Yeah, I would wait and see though, because like if anything, maybe because they have a kind of a tough start, prices will dip a little bit, and then you can scoop in.
Yeah, or he comes out flying and pulls a peck and just goes crazy in the chat. But we do have Bamba. I think Bamba's like the key one here.
Yeah.
Do you guys think he'll do okay?
Bogey was talking about they may be buying out Mueller and somebody else to.
I mean,
which makes sense, like
$16. That's not bad.
For his end season, there's $60 for floor. That's doesn't just mean anyone's going to pay that.
That's
16 though for old season isn't bad.
No, it's not bad actually. That's maybe that's going under the radar, to be honest.
Everybody hates classic, dude.
Their
forward card.
Yeah, he'll come off the last.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not good.
But what I was gonna say is you could get a little collection going. Allende and Bamba, little Celta Vigo, MLS in season action.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I got the cheaper part of that deal right now.
16 isn't too bad, especially for someone that's like, youngish, like not an older guy coming in. Has proven in the past he was really good at Ligue 1. Back when he was at, I believe, Lille, he was playing back with Jonathan David a few years ago.
Yep,
he's really good, and so
I had his card on the FIFA.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
This feels like a home run for Chicago, given like the clown factory that was the Neymar signing, which turned out to actually kind of be real. And then they come through with this stuff,
And that's what sorry, finish.
No, so I'm saying so they were like taking a swing and then they still landed, and I'm like, good for them. Like they are really trying to do something here.
Well, and this is what bothers me about Chicago still is they'll do a lot of right things, and then they'll just be like, all right, well, let's just bring this random guy from FC Lugano over because we can't use him there, which is the other club the owners have, right? And I'm like, I think Neymar would be one of the worst decisions Chicago could have made if they'd actually been able to pick him up, hands down. And it's because I don't think he'd ever play. He would be good whenever he played, don't get me wrong, but when has the guy even played more than half a season recently?
And Chicago's turf, by the way.
Yeah. Bye knees.
The turf monster yet again.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I see that and I go, that's stop it. That's old Chicago. That's the Chicago that hasn't had a really good season in a decade.
Literally, Shaqiri left and just started balling again.
Right.
Clearly, there's an issue.
Killing it in Poland.
Yeah.
Oh,
which is hilarious. And then Christian P bring up Kuipers. Yeah.
This is for you. Kuipers 15+ goals next season.
Put all your money on it. Everything you have. Kuipers 25+ goals. Kuipers to break Joseph's record, honestly.
He had 11 goals last season. I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
And that was
they all
only
came in
year.
5 games though, so
dude, $11 for for a little Kuiper's rare. All came in the same like
man.
2-month stretch. Imagine he turns that 2 months into 6 months. Then you
It's not
got
fair.
transitive properties, 30
What was
goals.
it? Yeah, literally 6 games. Ugh, awful stuff.
Exactly. If you score a goal every game, you'll get 30
I will
plus.
say, look, I've been a Kuiper's hater since the beginning. Okay, and I was Chicago hater like 2 months ago, but now it's like, I'm not ready to say it yet. I'm not ready to say it, but I'm watching you, Chicago. I am watching you. I am watching. MLS in season is going to be overpriced. I think we all agree on that, right? I think the hype is going to be a little too real. And
just off top, like who was like a big challenger card last year? Like when they first did the pre-release
For MLS
like,
or
price,
for
no.
For
For challenger. Because they
maybe
were the first
Malik Tillman.
Tillman, Piscagli.
PSV.
Yeah, like let's go get like the first mint of last year and like see what the price was.
The Kuiper.
Yeah, and that's after the contender cards dropped too. So that was still like a second wave of capital flowing in. So it wasn't even like the full. You need to look at those first contender cards because those went absolutely.
Yes, the
insane.
first contender cards were like people were going nuts, and we're like, we haven't even hit like champ yet. We haven't even hit a champ yet, and people were just like going crazy on those cards.
Well, that's
and I
another
expect
thing.
the same thing for this.
We had the Christmas drop. A lot of people seem to have gone crazy on the Christmas drop because I think from all the Christmas events, we've seen like the market kind of take a hit from just like massive spending. So it's like this is going to be the first new real big drop other than the celebration cards they did today. So there's going to be some balances sitting on Sorare that are going to get really hard to stare at without doing something with. Especially Philadelphia brings it up. The MLS beat the game too. Obviously, we don't know what it is. It's not going to be the threshold of old, but I think it really will be enough to entice people to make some bad decisions. And we all benefit from it. So hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Go ahead.
Do you not think it's a score that you're trying to beat? Do you think it's something else?
I think it's that. I just think the prizes aren't
the NBA model where there's 3 tiers and you just get the prizes at the tiers. I think that is definitely what they want to aim for.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think Trent popped it in there about Ajax taking over? Shout out to Anton, I don't know how to say, Guy, left back, came in, won me some cash from that special.
Ooh, bang.
And I was gonna say,
right, you were flirting with like 250.
I was at 400 right after all the games played,
Yeah.
and then it just slowly dropped, and it's still $80 for just a bunch of guys that I threw in, mostly challenger. Shout out Paxton Aronson laying an egg for me. But do you think I could get my entire Sporting KC limited collection for $80?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna spend.
Pretty close.
There are many players, so I think so. Like,
what I need like 12 cards.
If you don't want one-ofs, I think you could.
No, I'm going one-ofs. Yeah, one-ofs and jersey mints.
Yeah. One of
y'all.
Pool's game's gonna be like 25, and everybody else will be like $4.
Yeah. Who do you think will be the most expensive pack? Probably, right?
Pack. Messi.
Messi.
I still think Peck will be the most expensive card in season.
Watch out for Heel though. People coming back to MLS, they remember him.
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion because
I think it'll be pretty close though. It'll be fun to watch.
Trying to get my hands on a Heel.
Fun to watch.
No, yeah, especially now, like the market's always fun to watch on day one, right? Because it's just chaos. Like there's auctions left and right. Like every 10 seconds, there's like another card going, and it's just an exciting time. But now, yeah, I think the prices are going to be. Oh no, don't even say that, hoodwink. Wonder if they hold back number ones and jersey mints again like last time.
That's kind of tough. I'm down for that. No, I'm down for that. Because then the only people that would go after him are people that actually want him. People won't see a little number one and be like, "Oh, let me get it."
Yeah, but that's increasing the likelihood that you're fighting against another person that wants that one of one, though. Where it's like at the beginning, there's so much going on that stuff can kind of get lost in translation. But
name one other person that wants a Sporting one of. I'll give you time.
I'll see you next show in a week from now.
Yeah, you can think about it.
I have to go troll the internet to figure out who enjoys the club, and then and also play Sorare. It's a very minuscule.
Yep.
Where's Kevin Cho, bro?
Very few.
Why haven't we got him on Sorare yet?
Oh man.
What the heck?
Send him my referral code. Give me unique.
Be like, I need some SKC love in here, please. They're all making fun of me. I need help.
No, I got to embrace it at this point. Shout out FIU.
Who is the second for the leaderboard in London?
That's a good question. They probably have a full collection.
There's one other person. There's this US Millie Magnus 84. There's a lot of complete SKC stacks.
They're all traders. Don't worry. They're all traders.
This person, let's see.
They're all dead accounts.
Yeah, but the boost on me compared to everybody else is like not even close.
That's so
It's
funny.
It's true.
Wow,
Because I have all
Hoodwink.
1-ups and stuff like that.
dude, Hoodwink has the first ever goose. The first ever
The
minted
big head.
goose.
Wow.
That's an incredible card, man.
That is some MLS so rare lore for you. And of course, Hoodwink is at the top of it. I love that.
When does
And that
when does
first
Cicini
card,
start
he was
playing?
like what, like 40 when that first card came out?
36.
And he
Oh.
said that they didn't think they were going to resign him then, and look where we are now.
5 years later, Guzan is still starting and dominating Messi as we speak. Dear Lord, you love to
my
see it.
captain.
If it ain't broke,
And people hate MLS. How dare you? When we have Brad Guzan versus Messi and Barcelona 2005.
that clip went viral again of Suarez pushing Guzan into the net. I
Yes,
saw
it
that
did
pop
the
up on
other
my
day.
feed a few times.
If you're ever having a bad day, just pull that video up.
And people were clowning Guzan in the clip. I'm like, you didn't even watch the match and see what he actually did that game, because like you would be embarrassed to be supporting Miami like I was.
There's a
during that
reason they
game.
shoved him into the net, bro.
Yeah,
They were mad.
yeah, they were definitely bad.
Imagine being
Who else-
Messi and not being able to score on Brad Guzan. Incredible. Incredible stuff.
They
Let's
chopped
give
it up after the game though, because
Who else we got on the list?
Respect.
yeah.
We got
Thanks,
we got a personal one coming up. Uno momento.
As Alex is buying thing. What are you buying, Alex?
No, I'm listing. Sorry,
Oh,
trying to get ready because I bought a celebration list also, and so I got to list my other one. A guy I scooped for right about here. Insta buy with the discount, so it was only $1.50. Wilfred Zaha,
Ooh.
who is headed
Wilfred?
to Charlotte FC Charlotte FC.
How are we,
I forget.
Zach? How are you feeling about this Zaha signing? Obviously, Charlotte's defense always incredible. Their attack abysmal. How are we feeling now that Wilfred Zaha is on his way?
I mean, I feel like it's another piece for Dino to like put his vision together. Like it feels like he's building right to what he wants. And by the way, dude, Achman like playing for that the call up this weekend or whatever day.
Ooh, I think I'm going to see some
Dude,
Patrick Ajuman
you look-
tomorrow.
He looked good, man. Like he looks really awkward, but he's actually very good with like both feet. But he just looks so like confused about what he's gonna do, but he knows what he's gonna do. It's kind
So
of
he
funny,
did-
and he's a monster, man. I can't. The size of him is like unbelievable when you see him out there.
Dude, Ajuman gives me like real Daryl DK energy. Or he's just big, bulky dude. He's just like trucking at defenses. You're like, dude, there's no way he's gonna do it. And then he just does some weird, crazy thing and just scores the goal. Ajuman breakout season. Leo Labada, year 2 on the right. No international call-up, so he should be around. Zaha on the left. Pat BL did stuff last year. He might be okay, I guess. I don't know.
My
Ajuman
hot
breakout
take for
season.
Charlotte
Thomas.
is that my hot take for Charlotte is that Abada is never going to be good in MLS. That's my hot take for them. I don't think he ever finds his footing in MLS.
Didn't he score a game winner against Atlanta in Atlanta right after he got signed?
Abada did. Yeah, that was the game that got Pineda fired.
That's right.
Charlotte got a lot of people fired last year.
But like, yeah, I don't know.
Here
I think they just are. I don't know. That's just what I feel like. I don't think he's gonna put it together in MLS. But we'll see.
Isn't he like 20, 22, 23? Like he's still really young, isn't he?
Yes.
Like Abada,
Ajimon
yeah,
is
he's still
oh,
quite
Abada,
young.
yeah.
Abada.
Yeah, and so I feel Charlotte finished right at expectations. I don't think they overperformed. I don't think they underperformed. I think they finished right at expectations. I would say maybe the only underperformance was not moving further in the playoffs. But yeah, I think this is a team that just gets better, and it's someone that they have Dino's system now. I think they need. I haven't done the write-up, but I think they need another left back because I believe the person that the guy that was playing there left. They can hold. Yeah, and then I think they need just hold on to the
Tim
center
Ream.
back.
Tim Ream left back.
Tim Ream left back.
It's not ridiculous. He played a little bit.
That's where he played. Yes,
He was playing left
left
back at part of the season. So I think they just
and also when they can get the albatross that is Swiderski off of there, like just get that thing off of them, and
so,
they're just going to loan him out again. Like that's what's going to happen. He's going to go to Hellas yet again for another 6-month loan.
And they're not gonna, and then they're not gonna get the DP spot, right? And so, what does it matter?
Yeah, no, this team's shaping up. They didn't really change much as like on the way out that mattered than them bringing pieces in. So if they can get that attack right, Charlotte's they're gonna be fighting for it, man. It'll be fun. Yeah, Ajimon looks like a beast, and then sometimes he looks like Lukaku.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is that Charlotte. I think one of the issues they've had is they've been almost too. They've tried to I can't think of the word. They basically they just haven't been able to get that big signing in. Like they've gone too hard for some of those younger big signings. They're trying to get their push, right? They're trying to get this guy that is obviously way above the league skill, but is going to get a big payday. And they're like, and they call and he goes, "Oh, is this LA?" And they go, "No, it's Charlotte." And he goes, "No," but this Zaha signing feels like that could be the right balance where it's someone that still is very good quality, looking for reps. It's a loan, so they're not even paying the transfer fee yet, right? So, yeah, I think it's good. They're shaping up well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Show off the pointy bot again. Look at all my potential monies.
Look at all the monies. How much is that rare? How's the rare floor looking? 20, 25? I mean, take it.
Yeah.
I feel like taking a stab at Zaha at like $20 isn't that terrible.
I'd rather take a stab at Bamba, honestly, for 16.
Yes.
That's fair.
So, what's crazy? Like, this is just going to be me talking MLS, not Sorare necessarily, but, I feel like Miami's backsliding in a way that all these other teams seem to be improving in such a way that I'm like, last year it felt like we were going to dominate, right? And nobody could come close to what we were about to do. And, yes, the points record.
Except for the Red Bulls.
But, I don't know, man. Other teams are really showing you, another blueprint that doesn't require Messi, obviously, but you can build some real winners and some really exciting teams. So I think MLS is going to be in a much better position, and part of this may be due to Messi coming and opening up the market a little bit. But teams are spending money now, real money. And it's kind of fun.
Would be nice.
One day. And I think Miami's still a favorite to take the Shield, but the gap's going to be a lot closer. I mean, really, you think about it, that was Miami without even Messi for half the season. So, and they still broke the record. So I think the gaps decreased. They're still a favorite, but they're also going to have. Well, they were
it's uneasy feeling. It's like a weird uneasy feeling about the season.
But you almost feel too because it's a new coach and he's not really has he ever coached a club before? He's only been
just Olympic
national.
Yeah,
I think that's the most uneasy piece for me because this could completely implode. He could just be not the right fit. He could be underqualified for the role, and then it's just how far can that group take you off of no tactics or whatever? Which,
But
you gotta remember, Messi's the coach.
Yeah. Coach Messi's effectively pulling this. I mean, there has to be real tech.
But looks like LeBron coaches, right? But how far do they get?
Yeah, we'll see.
So Philly, they are working on an extension through 2026. It's not official yet, but I expect it to get done just for the World Cup and everything.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm not going to say that Messi did all this for MLS, but I'm going to go ahead and say that the World Cup coming in 2 years definitely made MLS go, we need to capitalize on this as much as we can.
Yeah,
and I guess it
I
helps them
assume the owners had a meeting that said, listen, like, because there are now some big owners, you know, in the league, and it's like we're ready to spend money, and like they're sort of strong arming. I feel like, you know, the soccer don into like opening some things up.
Yeah.
Like at this point, it's like no, we want to spend our money now.
Rushing it. I'm sure you had them in mind, but they're like, no, they're happening now. Like I don't care what your long term plan was. Like you're doing it now. So.
Yeah, we're bumping up the timeline.
I agree, and I think true. Like a lot of players are gonna want to do that too. Like, hey, say they're on a team, they're struggling, they're trying to get to the World Cup. Hey, MLS will give you a big stack of cash to come over here, be flashy, and be the face of an organization. So why not do it? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But it is what it is. Real quick before we move on back to the list of new players, can we all just get a hell yeah for Benteke? Because I think we all agree that he's the go.
I believe in him. Yeah,
I think DC have one of the best starts to the season.
Oh, schedule wise.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Benteke finna eat.
Let's look at that first game. I think they play
Toronto at home.
Toronto,
Chicago, Sporting, Montreal, first four.
Yeah, Chicago will be more difficult.
That'll be a fun matchup, to be honest.
An away game. That'll be that's a tougher game. But I mean, it's okay.
That's probably like I think that's Columbus when they're rotating potentially for the CONCACAF Cup.
Ooh, true.
Like I think they have a really good start.
There you go.
So you guys see Insigne in training?
Benteke might be eating early.
I dumped my Insigne for Aaron Herrera and Gotoku Sakai. I'm so done with them. Like in so rares, I don't even want you in my gallery anymore. I hate looking. I want his reward, and so I don't feel there's not a loss incurred there. It's just lost opportunity.
Right. You want to see someone you might like looking at?
That's true. MLS will get you acclimated to travel.
Smile. Show me that smile.
We gotta do it. We gotta do it.
Oh wait, that's that guy. Hey, that's on the newspaper. Oh wow!
Wait, what does that say? Losers up there? What?
Say
losers.
Interesting.
Doesn't say Open Cup champs, Jorge.
Yeah, we have an Open Cup.
So, yeah.
After Atlanta. We took it from them. They had to deliver it to us.
That's why we declined. I forgot to get the newspaper when we won the Open Cup. There we go.
It's not that important, so they don't usually give newspaper.
Yeah,
report.
But yeah, this Miggy. Oh man, I'm so excited. Yeah, this is going to be good. He's here for the long run. Like I think this is a I want to be. This is what I like about Garth is he is bringing in players that are here for the long run. We are moving away from the big spend, flip it, real good model.
Bring back Barco.
Oh, facts. Bring him back. Oh my god.
You guys was bad with Barco. Bring him back.
So here's my qualm. So I got his in-season rare, Miggy's in-season rare for about $32 when he was rumored to go to Charlotte. And I was saying, it's Miggy. I'm going to have his card. I want his in-season card. Let's do it. Now he's selling. I think his floor is like 82, but I mean, it's moving up. I think someone bought for 90 today. And I'm going, do I cash in on the hype? Because Gator guy is posting about how he's bought like 10 super rares or something like that, and swept the entire 2024 floor of super rares.
That super rare that Gator guy bought though looks nice. Yeah, it's that one, dude. That card is so pretty. Like the winner super rare is just
Pranksy as a Miggy. I'm in royalty. Right now, like this is
would you be happy
royalty? Like I feel really smart, it's a great feeling for once. But then I'm like, well, do I cash it in, or do I just ride it? for
So
the
Take it to the moon
6
or till
months.
it goes to zero, man. That's
Because
the
it's
rule.
my Miggy card, man, and like
To
I
the
said, it's
moon
my
or
favorite.
zero.
Yeah,
It's always the hard part when getting like collection pieces and stuff and like cards you really care about, because when it goes up crazy amounts, you're like, I can't get rid of it, but the price is so high, but like it just hurts to get rid of it. Kind of.
I think.
On,
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just gonna
I was
say,
say-
like, on you owning it and not wanting to get rid of it, what are your serious expectations on how he will perform on So Rare? Because I guess that's the biggest part of it.
That's
So-
what I was going to actually ask a part of that.
Yeah.
question.
And this is a so he should play on the right. I think they're going to play him on his preferred side. So they'll move Saba over to the left. So that him playing on the preferred side is big. Atlanta have a very nice start to the season as well. They play teams that I don't think have necessarily all gotten better. Some of them probably regressed, and they have a lot of home games to start. So there's a little bit of that factored into the hype. I think that I don't expect him to be like an AA beast, right? I don't know if he'll be on corners. I don't know if he will be on sets, because I think they had Marinchuk taking quite a few of those, and they're both left-footed. So I think it's either going to be either he eats some of Marinchuk's scores or that he may not get as many sets. But he used to take sets in Atlanta, so I don't know. It's interesting. I think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be like 100 every week. Cucho, Lucho, Heel. I think he's going to be more in that he'll have some great runs and he'll have some spells where it's maybe Atlanta's winning still, but he just didn't get the decisive.
I'm sure they are. Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch between them and Maranchuk and how they figure it out and who runs the ball and kind of who controls that. I'll save this conversation for another day.
Yeah, I guess I just want to throw in, like, if he comes back and he's like 80% of the player that he was in the first go round, are you still happy with the signing? Like what is your percentage of like, I'm still happy we made this move?
Yeah, so it's funny because I think on another stream, I come to terms that he was probably going to Charlotte. And I was like, maybe it's not the right move. It's okay. We have Maranchuk, we have Saba. We do need a third left-footed attacker. And then whenever they announced it, I was just like, hell yes, this is the best thing ever. And that's how I knew. I was like, I even in my mind, I told myself it's okay if he goes to another team. Even if he came back, he wouldn't be quite the player he was whenever we had him. And then as soon as they announced it, I was so stoked. And I went, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. I want to be able to watch him. He was such a fun player to watch. I think he still has the pace. He still has that work rate. And this is what gets me really excited. When you look at now Atlanta's two starting wingers, which would be Saba and Miggy, like think of the work rate of those two players, because Saba like hauled ass all game long. And Miggy does the same. This is what gets me excited. I think that you got to get the center forward piece. He has pace, so that's a lot of freaking pace between even Miggy, Latte Lath. I'm just going to assume it's him. That's a lot of pace, and I think that's and Miggy. I mean, whenever he was on that string of games where he scored like 6 goals in 6 games or something like that. It was so vindicating. So I think it's just the hype factor, the nostalgia factor. I think I think everyone knows like maybe he won't be as good as whenever he was first here. And I think that's because it was fresh for all of us as a club. Like we didn't really know what this club was going to be, and then this guy would just run like an ostrich, and then he'd score goals, and we're all happy.
I don't like it when Atlanta's happy, but Miggy will be fun to watch either way. It's gonna be really interesting, and I do agree. It's gonna carry a premium. He has that name. Everyone knows he was insane in MLS before, so rare. Yep. So no one really knows what those scores would have been. So it's kind of all speculation in the air, and that's when the market doesn't know what to do, and it does stupid, incredibly ignorant things like go way higher than it needs to. But it'll be interesting to watch.
I'll say my one concern is, and this happens every season when he plays, but he always misses some time due to injury. Always. Like,
dang turf monster.
Yeah. And so that's, that's that I can tell you it doesn't get easier as you get older. So
Yep, and Cleach is there too. And I'm not gonna lie, out of all this Atlanta talk, all this Miggy talk, the only name that keeps coming to my mind is Sabatine, baby. You saw what he did last year. A lot of missed chances, a lot of goalposts, and just a lot of people not finishing the balls that he provided. So I think another year of Sabo with a really solid team around him. Don't be sleeping on that Sabatine, baby. I haven't degened yet, but it's pretty cheap that I might take the gamble. I don't know if you agree with me. You could just laugh at me.
If they did a forward Saba card, I'd be so on board.
Yeah. I played it a little bit last year. If he got a forward card,
4-point average increase.
Not much better, but
there's an increase in AA though. Big increase.
It's the AA increase. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I've definitely had Saba running around my mind. So we'll see. Yeah, and does Mickey get a forward card at all? Is that possible?
Maybe. I don't know.
Not really. Maybe.
Ask Nico.
Nico, yo.
Forward card.
Shout out to Jay Blaze. I can't wait for you to watch this back later, buddy. I hope you have a good time. What about Baranchuk? Now that we're here real quick before we move on real quick. Baranchuk, awesome. Great.
Very great.
Yeah. Another good year.
I'm big in for him. I know Thomas has a better explanation for any Atlanta player than I do, but I really think he's going to pop this year.
Yeah.
Like I think this is his year. And the AA can be there in big games. And him being on corners, maybe if they split corners, still like he's gonna. They had a guy who played at center mid role back in 2018 when Almiron was there by the name of Julian Gressel, who was their top assister. And Julian Gressel compared to Maranchuk, there's a big difference. So if Gressel's doing that, then I gotta say Maranchuk's probably gonna.
Isn't Gressel still clubless?
No, he's at Miami.
No, dude, he just swung in. He swung in the game tire. Man,
yeah,
off Avalos. It was a beautiful. It was a beautiful boot in.
I thought he was getting the boot. Maybe not.
Dude, they can't move that contract. They either have to buy it out.
Nice contract.
Yeah, they either have to buy it out or just he rides with the team.
He was like, Tata called him up and he was like, "You're gonna give me the money," and then they gave him the money. And he said, "Good, I like you, Tata."
He had one good season with Atlanta and just gave him everything.
And destroyed the Mexican Federation. Whatever, dude. It's cool. Moving on. All right, what else we got? You can tell the teams that we're hype on for next season because we stop and talk about them for a while. So read between the lines, folks. You wonderful people in the chat and watching this stream live.
What about new San Diego guy, Anders Dreyer, headed over? He has midfielder and forward cards, but this season, obviously, we're looking at midfield. $9 for his scores, I think, is a very good deal. I think he has some very, very nice scores. We'll see how he plays. They also have a guy coming in that we'll talk about in literally 30 seconds, who's also on this list.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he has some really good scores as a midfielder who can play striker, very versatile. He gets a lot of decisives, and that's kind of what you want. There's maybe 5 MLS guys who can pull together AA with decisives. Messi, Cucho, Peck, Insigne last year, and Santi Moreno, maybe Luke Orejano. Those were like the guys.
Hey, yo.
And so, yeah, this if he can get going, obviously there might be a second-year MLS bump, so maybe first year a little bit lackluster. I don't know. I think it's nice. I don't think his rare is too crazy.
No.
Okay, it is kind of crazy, but 26.
Oh, that's a little crazy.
Not 26 could be worse.
But the transfer also did just happen though, so that's like first news bump. First kind of crazy, like, whoa, he's coming to MLS. Even though I still don't, it's hard. And I know I picked up a Chucky, and that's partially because I'm Mexican as heck. But it's kind of hard with this like expansion team because you really don't know what you're gonna get. We've seen multiple iterations of expansion teams. Sometimes it goes great, sometimes it doesn't go so great. But San Diego seemed like they're building a pretty decent squad. They're taking some names out of a hat.
I will say his in-season or forward and his in-season forward scores are definitely noticeably different. So he's banging 13 AA. He's getting those decisives. We got, 24 positives, 0 negatives. And I will say this to me is important. I'll pull it up here. The games he missed. Like that worries me slightly. You don't want to. I don't know if this was for Euro, maybe. This is in the middle of the summer, so if we just go straight to Anderlecht,
International.
like there's some missed games popping up throughout, and that can worry me. See, he got
That's no
injured
worse than
mid game
most-
after getting a double decisive. He got injured.
That's no worse than most players, though.
Yeah,
Double decisive
but
in
like
30 minutes. Let's go.
I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of it. It's something that I shy away from. The guys that I picked up for rare MLS for this upcoming year try to limit DNPs. I think I try to go minimum like 95% games started, and
That's the
he
dream.
doesn't quite have that.
I think the problem is San Diego still need a lot of players.
I
Like
mean,
they're
it's
a
starting
they're a very light roster right now. They need
They
a
got
lot
another-
of players.
But they're interesting, man. Like what
They're
they've
interesting.
been doing, they're very interesting. So it'll be fun. It'll be
I put
fun.
them in that same bucket as where LAFC was their inaugural season, where LAFC didn't blow it off the shelf necessarily, right? But they were still noticeably good in certain games. But when I think they're just certain parts of their roster were still not where it needed to be. And then it was the second season, and that's when Bale, I think, broke Joseph's record. So I think this is be a solid team. I think this is a team that should compete for the playoff position, but this isn't going to be St. Louis City winning the freaking conference in the first year or something like that.
Well,
Getting
if teams
first
didn't
round.
just hand them goals in the back, it would have been a little bit.
Right.
Shout out to Javik, though. Hello, fellow MLS Degens. Javik, good to see you, buddy. Glad you were here. Yeah, San Diego, they're interesting. I agree with Zach. Very, very interesting. If you're gonna take the stab, just know there's gonna be shenanigans. But if it were, I hope it works out for you. I really do. If you're gonna go out there and do it, I really hope it works out for you. But there is that risk that it does not. We'll see. But the West, there's a lot of teams that are going to
San Diego.
Man.
We got the big move coming in. I know, Jorge, you're a fan. Now you didn't pick up in season, but I think that was still a good buy.
I picked up a 2019 though because it was cool.
Ooh, but yeah, $63. I don't know. There's a guy that we'll talk about
Literally.
after this. There's one more guy. There's a guy. I got one more left on the list after this that I would probably rather have. But no, I think Chucky will be fun player. He'll draw on a lot of attraction. I think that there will be a sold out San Diego, very fun atmosphere against St. Louis. And Chucky will be the star of that. And he's kind of coming in as a star. We haven't really seen a big Mexican player sort of established guy who's going to dominate the league since Carlos Vela. And so
put some respect on Hector Herrera.
I mean, he didn't win anything.
That definitely wasn't Alan Polito.
No, hell no. No, he won a Open Cup, but I think he was hurt for the final. So yeah, they beat Miami though. But yeah. So yeah, Lozano, love him, but I think we're ending off the list with probably the best guy. That's maybe besides Almiron, and that's Kevin Denke.
Kevin Denke.
He's killing it in training, getting some videos coming out of that from some beat reporters at Cincinnati. And yeah, he's hopefully not going to have the first year Kuipers sort of situation, and sort of comes in and cooks. Lucho's apparently back, and so he's got his service. Him, Orejano, Lucho, front three man. We'll see where Yuya Kubo slides in because he played a lot of Cam last year. Probably shift him out to the left because they had Corey Baird playing left back at one point. I don't think that's going to be sustainable. But yeah, Kevin Denke, I know that Thomas, you're a pretty big fan of his.
Well, I picked up his card really early. I think I picked it up in December, right as it was pretty close to the finish line. That was before all the Lucho shenanigans started. I think this ceiling goes higher if Lucho's there. If Evander can put up hundreds weekly and be pissed off the entire time, Lucho can do it too.
I don't know, man. I think we've all seen Lucho when he just doesn't care, doesn't want to be there anymore, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty brutal. It's like Messi, but just never turns it on in the moment that you want him to. It's like
survive DC United, he can survive anything.
That's true. That's true.
I will say also, so I bought a Lucho last year. His AA is not great. like he's sort of relying on those big games. And so
Because he walks around more than Messi half the time these days.
yeah,
And
12 AA average.
There are games where he just is in absolutely. You can see the level of effort varies by game. Because there was like one game, it was with I think it was the first Hell is Real Derby this season. He was insane on the field. I don't know what the scores were, but just watching him, I was in awe of how. Yeah, he was an 87, 17 AA. Okay, that's pretty solid, right? A lot of chances created, but he was on the field just amazing.
Yeah.
Who doesn't own a Lucho Rare in this stream?
I sold mine.
I do not.
I sold mine like a week ago. I sold out because I thought that I could do better, and I ended up selling and using some of the money to get Mihailovic and keeping the rest for whatever.
Okay, Mihailovic, I like that one. Yeah. He takes all the sets, like all the sets for Colorado.
Dude, Mihailovic can smash hundreds, like I think as easily as Lucho can. Just Lucho has more decisive, so he gets that 70 more often.
I mean, they were fine until they all got hurt.
Go about it two different ways. One guy is just chewing up AA, and one guy is getting decisives.
Yeah, Mihailovic poor end to the season, but like you can see
Shout
when
out
he
to
turns
Boston
on,
Sean.
it's fun.
Yeah, no, I agree. Ooh, JVic with the level 20 limited Lucho. Okay.
Big.
All right, with that maxed out Lucho. Yeah, it'll be a great card to have. Especially it does seem Tom Bogert dropped the bomb probably like an hour and a half ago that it does seem like Lucho is on his way to training and getting his medical and stuff like that. So we will see. And yeah, Georgie's awesome as well. I also picked one up. He was incredible at the beginning of the season.
Is he going to be happy? Is he going to be happy? You know, like
Lucho?
we're still going to be. Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, come on, dude. They brought in Danke, Luca Oriano, another year of him.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say the team isn't good. I didn't say the team isn't good. It's just like, does he want to do it? You know,
I just want to figure out where in the org does he have his issue, or is it purely he really just wants to go back to Argentina? That's what I'm trying to understand. Is it someone in the organization? Is it the manager, Noonan? Is that where the issue lies? Because like, I don't think it's just I want to go home, right? He just seems he was so pissed off after getting eliminated from the MLS Cup playoffs. And I wonder, like, what was the source of frustration? Was it those around him? Was it tactics? I don't know.
It could have been the whole season, because if you look at Cincinnati last year, didn't they have like 20-something different starting lineups? Because if it wasn't just center backs or just like they just could not stay healthy. And no matter what they did, like we said it multiple times last season that if Lucho wasn't making it happen or Luca Oriano wasn't scoring from the halfway line, like nobody else was doing it in Cincinnati. So, I mean, they brought in Corey Baird last year. That's what they did. They said, we need a forward. We're going for Corey Baird. So again,
they still need to sort out who's going to pair with Danke. That's my only concern. Because the thing is that was Brandon Vasquez, who was on a non-DP contract, and that's how you win MLS. Is you have to have someone that just completely outperforms their contract.
Yeah,
or Messi.
Well, shout out to Soccer Wise, because I'm using their depth charts. Great stuff over there. Tom Bogert, obviously. They have Luca Oriano starting up top with Danke.
But who's going to play the left mid? Because they played Oriano most of the time.
He's their Swiss Army knife. Like he's put wherever they need.
But they didn't play Oriano that much up top. He spent most of his time in the midfield in the Barreal spot.
Yeah, or in the like wingback role.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he could do it, but yeah, it'll be interesting. And it looks like they're going 3 in the back too with Hadibi, Miles, and Miazga too.
Right.
So
yeah, and that's a very good back line.
Celentano, not for nothing, man. He might not do anything this year. I was thinking about it, it's like Cincinnati defensive stacks might be really fun, but Celentano's not gonna have to do a lot, which is like the dagger and all of that. But their defense has always been great, and if they're healthy, and like it's all the whole game is being played on the opposite side of the field because of their crazy attack, like could be fun.
My counterpoint to that though is MLS only comp. A keeper who does nothing is better than a guy who's just getting rapid fire, giving up 3 a lot more often than not.
All I heard there was that I should definitely, like, in terms of the center backs, I should be looking at them. Don't think about someone tackling.
Well,
Yeah,
as
no,
you can tell, that's
might
why I
have to know.
pivoted halfway through that sentence because I was like, wait, nope, that's not it. I was like, you know what? I changed my mind halfway through. My mouth was moving a little faster than my brain, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Is that it? Is that the list? Is that all we had?
Yeah, that's everybody.
Oh snap! Well, there you go.
We did it. We made it.
I do want to address this, and if anybody has any other real quick ones in the chat, drop them in there. We'll take a look at them. But Bruce Ma brings up a good point. So if a transfer from the EU, the Europeans, they will be in season until the European season is over. What if they release the MLS version of the card then? Yes. So from my understanding, it's that they're in season until Europe starts back over again. So they'll basically just have two kinds of cards, but it'll still be within the same mint window. So yeah, you could either have the MLS version or the European version, whichever one tickles your fancy. But yeah, but it will lose in season faster than the MLS one. So that is something you got to consider. Which at that point with Europe coming back anyway, it probably doesn't really matter, but we have our own competition now. So it really doesn't matter. It's up to you, Bruce. It's up to you. Do you want to play it now? Do you want to get ahead of it? Do you think that in-season prices are going to be too crazy at the beginning and maybe you want to get in now? Lot of stuff and things to process there, Bruce. But yes, you are right. They will be in season until Europe comes back. And that's 2 weeks before the start of the season, looks like. Which, I don't know if you guys noticed on the, where did I see it? Is it this one? I don't know if you guys noticed this recently, but on the market, if you go to an in-season MLS card from last year, it says in season until February 10th. Ooh. Do we know the date that we're getting new MLS cards?
They leaked it.
Because I think they leaked it. In season until February 10th.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah. So y'all better get out there, start shoveling some snow, washing some cars, cutting some grass, saving up all your. You better dig through the couch for some quarters.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I'm making some plays on a certain political figure's family meme coins right now.
Oh no.
Brother, you're gonna get rugged.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. Unless I can pump some bags right now, and then I'm in.
Well, I'm wondering if we can figure out some of the other in seasons when they're gonna happen.
Maybe, I don't know, but I was. Yeah, I was just looking today. I was browsing the market before the show, just kind of seeing what was out there, and I was like, "Wait a second, did they do the thing?" Oh shit! Oh, JV, come on now, come on. I'll send you my soul address, bro. We are officially off the rails. Oh yeah, Philadelphia. Look, we're an hour, 17 minutes in. Shout out to every single one of you in the chat that was watching this show. This has been incredible. You MLS sickos. So happy you're here. It's been a great time. But yeah, anything else you guys got going on? Anything else? Oh, I guess we wanted to talk about that Orlando guy, right? What's his name?
The Croatian one?
Yeah.
He plays for Rajka.
His name is too difficult for me to remember what it is right now.
Yeah, let's find
J-League comes out February 2nd.
Do I cop a Cecina?
The cards are in season until 11 days before the season starts, so that's all that means. Sadly.
Oh,
but did they release that rule? Did they specify the 11 days, or was it just? I thought it was just 2 weeks before we kind of expected to get the cards. I don't remember.
I think it's also that's their plan because I assume they're gonna do the early release, whatever it is, and have.
So then they could drop every card without a picture.
Yeah.
Because they don't need a picture now. You can just get it in the wrapper. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the official rule. So
we have our hypothesis. We'll get to test it here in 2 or 3 weeks.
That's true.
Marco Pasalic is who you're looking for.
Yeah. I always think every time I see it, I think Perisic, and I'm just like, that's not right. That's not it. It'd be awesome, but Marco Pasalic. Yeah, I mean, apparently he's another winger that's going to cut inside, do the Facundo Torres thing, yada yada, all that fun stuff. We'll see. It's not done yet, but he will be a right winger. opposite of Angulo, Ojeda in the middle. Since Miami ruined that transfer for us, no Evander. Yeah, unfortunately, and we'll see what happens. I guess
Luka's official. Does he have an in-season? He would have an in-season card, I guess. Luka.
Oh,
yes.
that's right. We didn't talk about that.
They posted him today. Yeah.
Yeah, they posted him today.
Yeah, you want to pull up the Della Torre?
Yeah.
That I really like.
Yeah,
Wasn't someone talking about
Speaking
how
of Celta Vigo stacks?
Yeah.
Oh, is that another Celta Vigo card?
Oh yeah, Celta Vigo
What is this Celta Vigo, man? They're coming over here.
Incoming Aspas.
Listen, Celta Vigo's in trouble. If all their cards are going to the MLS, I'd steer clear. Something bad's going on over there.
Right, they're clearing house, man. They're going bankrupt. So he hasn't played?
USA. 2 games.
Oh, I mean, I think like from following the US, Della Torre was always kind of a big prospect, right? Like people were always kind of high on him.
He scored at Sporting Park. Like,
Ooh.
yeah, that was like his one goal, I think, for the national team. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I know Sporting were rumored with him last year. End up not getting him. So I don't know. I don't think he's done much since then because it was during the summer. He hasn't started a game since. So he's been coming off the bench.
I guess there's a few other dudes.
I don't know if this Marco
looks like
Paslic is getting us 14 goals in a season, just saying.
Put him on pens
Austin
and he'll be
FC's
fine, just like
official
Facundo.
with this dude, Basard Savovich. That's another official one for Austin FC.
Yeah, he's a
That's a
central mid,
midfielder?
right?
Let's see if he
Yeah.
is in season.
Yeah.
So so I think Austin, I was thinking would go to a 4-3-3 as well. And this is what I was talking about when I was going about all the Danny Pereira hype. But one of those midfielders are going to slide into the attacking role. That's the hole left by Driussi. Who's going to be? I don't know. My bet, my $2, $3 bet is Danny Pereira.
Driussi, Danny Pereira. Ugh.
Hey man, those countries are close to each other.
Hey, I'm a Danny Pereira believer. So, hey, I've seen crazier things happen. I'm all here for it. I do want to bring up this comment from Scott, though. Love tuning in from Scotland tonight. Hey, welcome in. It's late for you. Go to bed. Getting excited for my first proper MLS season on Sorare. You boys are legends. You know what?
That's
We
awesome.
wouldn't be legends if you didn't show up, Scott. So thanks for being here and get ready for the greatest time of your life. Okay. Nothing but chaos and shenanigans. We're here for it. I know you Scots like to get down. Okay. If there's anything I want in my life is to party with some Scots. So MLS is going to be the place for you. All right. Hey, and Hoodweek and Stoke too. Let's go, baby. Scotland meetup when? Philly Dilly thinks Austin's going to have a rough season incoming. I don't know, man. Bukhari, got Brandon Vasquez. They redid the midfield defensively.
They got rid of Driussi, who was kind of like a very, I don't know, I wouldn't call it cancer. So, yeah, he's just like had weird times with him. So I think that's a positive. I don't think they've had any big negatives. They brought in Vasquez.
I think they're a better team than last year, 100%.
Yes.
And I think they have
and new coach, right? New coach, or
it's Nico Ball, right? The former FC.
Oh, Nico coach. Estevez, that's right.
Yeah, Nico yeah. No, is it?
It is. It's Nico Estevez, isn't it? Yo, Tren. Good night. Good night. Tuning in from the Netherlands. I love that. Appreciate y'all staying up late with us.
Nico Ball has its merits, and it was good for Dallas for a season, and then it just kind of fell apart. But this is a better team.
Yeah, I think Austin's like play-in, maybe fighting for a play-in spot, crawling into the playoffs. I don't necessarily think.
No, they're better.
Houston's going to drop. Vancouver's going to drop. Minnesota probably.
Oh, what happened to Vancouver that would make them drop?
Bro, no Sartini, no party, bro.
Yeah, no
bro,
Sartini,
Ryan Gould
no
is still there, and that's all that matters. And Brian White going for Joseph's record.
This is the Church of Latter-day Sartinis. All right.
That is true.
I will not tolerate blasphemy.
But you didn't get the trivia question right when I asked it.
You should have just detailed it. Who is God?
Literally, that would have been the easy answer.
And then Sartini would be like, "There is no God."
Listen, I'm only good at trivia when it's in a loud pub and I'm like 3 or 4 deep. All right, that's when my brain really starts kicking. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, another sober meetup would be elite meeting MLS card guy and getting a live rendition of the "Come on Seattle" chant was a dream moment. Yo, shout out when he did that on the So Far So Red John Nellis podcast. Where's that clip? Someone send me that clip so I can post it on the Twitter. Yeah,
Fight and win card guy.
It would be cool to do a European meetup. I know we've been talking about trying to do something in the summer in the States here. So if all you crazy sickos that are hanging out an hour and 25 into the stream, and I'm sure we'll bring it up more and more here. If anybody's interested in doing like a really big thing, we could probably set a big thing up. If not, we could probably do a few small ones here and there. Let's do some meetups.
Maybe what we should do is we should try and time it during the Club World Cup when there's maybe people coming over for the European
Seattle
games.
PSG, maybe.
Yo, Juventus Man City in my backyard,
That's
baby.
the opposite side of the country, man.
Yeah,
but
it's like the only good MLS team that's playing.
We don't say good.
We don't see it. We don't have to go see a Club World Cup game. We just have it a meetup in
the
there's
city.
still MLS,
vicinity.
still MLS games going on during the Club World Cup, isn't there?
Yeah.
Maybe we could go pay $9. We could pay
Atlanta
$1,000.
has to play a bunch of away games during that time.
$600 nosebleeds, baby.
Yeah, $1,000 for we don't even know who's playing in Atlanta.
Well, no, I'm saying like so like that's what I'm saying. There's MLS games still happening, so we can go still see an MLS game.
We pull up to New England to be the only people in the stadium and just have our meetup be just the stadium.
Yeah, we'll just pitch invade, and nobody will bother catching us.
No, yeah, we'll outnumber the players. Like we'll be fine.
Well, there's a question from Philly Dilly.
Yep. I was gonna hit this. Who is the STL forward to own? Alex knows the answer to this.
Fucking none of them. Don't buy any of them. Don't buy any of them.
All right. After our resident STL hater decided to answer that, it's what's his face? Who came in with Hartel? No, too sure. Yeah. It'll
only if you
definitely
don't
be
like
Too
your
Sure.
money, you buy him.
No, Too Sure was fine, I guess.
He was actually pretty good.
He was fine.
His shots
Didn't get him anywhere, but he did well. They didn't move any places. They stayed in the same spot.
I'm gonna look at his. I'll pull up his shot map real quick. I want to say his shots were like really low probability shots.
I think we said that, but I mean, he put him in the back of the net. I mean, that's the hardest part, right?
Yeah, he did. He didn't have too many either.
He scored 7 goals and 4 assists.
You only miss the shots you don't take. So
yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Yeah, what's the if he pumps the Hartel scores, I'm okay with it.
Yep, I'm a Hartel and Hartel only guy, so like pump those scores.
Well, hold on. We apparently have a clip that needs of the utmost.
Do we have the Chris clip?
All right,
Since
y'all let
me know.
Y'all let me know if the audio's coming
We need to
through.
roast him.
Come on, Seattle. Come on, Seattle. Fight, win. Fight and win.
Oh,
There you
someone
go.
cut that. I got you to do it. I got him to do it. Brilliant. Someone cut that and put it everywhere.
Oh God.
Oh my lord.
All heritage.
Oh, thank you, Hoodwink. Dude, Hoodwink right on the money sent it to me, and I had to make sure I got it up here. Come on, Seattle. Oh, man, this has been great. Philly Dilly, go get you a Tukert to put with your Hartel. They'll be fine. Don't listen to this nonsense. STL will be fine. Way better than SKC. Sorry, Alex.
Hell no. We have a
what-
signing now.
I guess
no
the
better way
caveat
to-
with Tukert is if I was gonna get a Tukert, I would also have to get the Hartel. I couldn't just get Tukert. I would need both.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. But we can't end the show on anything other than Chris and coming on to Seattle. Dude, this has been an incredible episode. You guys are legends. The chat was popping. Plenty of y'all watching this. We will. Dude, he is literally so great, so great. We will see you guys in a couple days with some more streams, some basketball streams, some Footium streams, some more MLS degens. We have a whole bunch of fun stuff planned for you. A whole bunch of fun guests planned for you too. And by the way, we got a whole hell of a lot of team previews coming at you quick and fast. Don't worry, guys. This year they'll be a lot shorter, quicker and straight to the point. Don't worry. Me and Alex have a plan. Thanks for being here, Red or Dead. You guys are incredible. Shout out to all of you for coming and hanging out. And we'll see you on the next one. Be easy. DJ into some fun cards. And vamos, Major League Soccer.